All right, Charlie, let's check out some of your first run at the Stratton GS. I did put you up here next to Declan McNamara for some comparison purposes. Declan beat you by a fair amount, so we're going to try to figure out, where he picked up all that time on you. So let's take a look. We're watching first in regular motion. Now, these are, you can't watch you both. The idea is not to watch both of you at the same time. If you feel like, just watch yourself. If you really want to go back and watch him in regular motion, then, you got to restart the video. But there we go. Then we'll slow it down.
No question about that one. Yeah, the difference.
Well, that thing is unbelievable. They made an adjustment to it before.
You have to grow.
Yeah.
In the gate, wisdom for.
All right, let's bring you both back up here to the top. Let's see if we can learn something in here. All right, here's the big fall away turn. First off, Declan comes through pretty high edge angles and really carving most of this turn, and you don't really, your skis are kind of, I think, still skidding a little bit. They're under you, and now at the end of the turn is where you really get them on edge and pressure the skis. And his is a much more gradual. So, by carving through or slicing through that snow, he's really maintaining better speed. Comes through here, and can't really see you, unfortunately. Can't see you there. This turn here is a tricky one, but you did it pretty well. Came in, little redirect like he did right there. Came out pretty much on the same line. That's pretty good. This one, however, you could see kind of came in here and really, kind of tossed him sideways. You see all that spray? Tossed him sideways at the top of the turn, which is, skidding and obviously going to be slower. He came through and really stood on the outside ski and carved through it, so certainly quicker. So, he's taking a tighter line here. You can see relative to you've given yourself more room above in the rise line. But, how does he do that? He comes in and makes a pretty a short, powerful arc. He really gets the skis out from underneath him. The pressure's right there at the top of the turn, and able to really bring the skis around. So, your line is, you're giving yourself more room. Obviously, it's slower. So, as we said before, we want to try to, particularly in training, to drop that line down a bit, still intersect rise line where the ski's pointing out and away from the panel, but give ourselves less room and see if we could still finish the turn tight to the panel with direction done. But in order to do that, we really got to have a powerful turn and get those feet further out from underneath you. Kind of seeing here, another thing besides his line is just overall, he's really in the front of the boot and really charging and really trying to take it down the hill. And you're more kind of back seat, hands are back. He looks to be in more of a driving position. So let's make sure we're moving those hands forward through the turn as we push him past the gate. So let's bring him down. Again, he ran a much more direct line, but was still able to, get through with enough direction. Exiting here, you came in, gave yourself. You can see where he is relative to that blue line. He's don't need that. He's just past. You're a little bit further to the left of it. So now all of a sudden you're turning and bringing shape back to a pole that you really don't need to. You're turning, too much. You realize that if you were carving from there, you would have ended up probably on the inside of the gate, on the wrong side. Over here somewhere. So what you do, you have to lay off of it right here, like, whoa, take all the pressure off so you go straight by the gate. So, sometimes you don't have to have bring a lot of shape back if it's fairly flat and the gates are straight, and that one was pretty straight. Again here, he ran a little more direct line, still able to get enough direction done. Here, passing the gate with direction, but came in a heck of a lot straighter. So we're not talking about going straight at the gates. We have to bring shape back when necessary and be above it, turning above it on whenever it's steep and offset. But if it flattens out or if it straightens out, we can run a little straighter at it, which he did. You kind of gave it too much respect. A big round line up here, which unfortunately, slower. Let's see. Again, we talked about hands just a moment ago. When you're going by that gate with your hands in your pockets, got to be driving forward these arms past every gate. Even if we're not going to brush it, we'll still get them out forward. Okay, let's line you guys up again. It just looks like he's going to get those feet out further out from underneath him than you are, right in through here, top of the turn. He really rolled them up, stood on them, and the skis came around. It's hard to see, but I don't think they're at quite the angle. I think it had a little skidding down there at the top, and then eventually pressures them, and you pressure them in there. You can see a lot better kind of upper and lower body separation by him. So it really allows him to weight the outside ski more, get that ski to come around. This section, you can look for speed. This was really the only place to really tuck outside before the finish. It's just these two gates. And that's where the faster guys did. But again, you can kind of see your feet really not out from underneath you. Got to roll that inside ski nice and high and really move then. Get both up to a high edge of the platform to push against the outside ski, and then move the hip to the inside. Move forward and inside the turn. So, conclusion, just again, our line, we need to try to take a little more of a, direct, when we can, a line that is going to not be as round. Like even in here, it looks like you're way It's a slightly different angle looking here, but appears to me, he got himself outside his rise line. There's a big turn and brought shape back. It looks to me like you're kind of skidding the top of the turn here, and eventually will pressure here. So a little bit round up in here too, too round, and we really want to, have pressure to skis, from rise line through fall line, and you end up having a lot of pressure kind of rise line to past rise line at the bottom of the turn. You want to get nice early pressure up at the top in rise line. So let's work on that. Really driving forward, hands throughout, better pressure up at the top of the turn, so we really arc that top of the turn and try to play with that line. See if we can drop it down in the rise line a bit and still able to get the turn done. So we take a little bit, a little straighter line and less distance traveled, and that should help out your times.